Yo, what is up, guys? It's Mark. Welcome to my second video. This video is going to be different. Today we have an interview with one of my prior mentees. His name is Rodi. He's doing really well for himself, and I'm very proud. And I just want him to come over here and tell you guys how we met, introduce himself, and stuff like that.
As y'all heard, my name is Roderick. I'm 19 years old, and I live in the Panhandle of Florida. I met Marcus through, funny enough, a Snapchat group chat that was made for, I know it sounds crazy, but a reselling group chat. And I saw he was trading because he was sending P&Ls, and I thought that reselling as a whole was kind of scummy and that there was no consistency with it. And I saw that he was making real money within 5 minutes to maybe an hour and a half. It was always consistent. He was either making money or losing small amounts. And I wanted to take that risk. I saw what he was doing, so I decided to take the first step forward and hit him up on his socials and see what he had to offer.
Why did you come to me instead of going to anybody else? Why was that?
Just because I had that one-on-one connection with him before. We would laugh and talk in the group chat. Like I said, we were in a group chat with about 50, 60 people, and that we'd be making fun of each other. We'd be making fun of everybody else in there. It was all laughs. It was all fun. And that it's not just that because he was a homie, not just because he was a friend. It was because that I've seen what he's doing is working. There's proof. I've seen the proof in the work that he's put in. So I would rather take the chance on somebody with the evidence, with the material that he is doing this consistently and that he is doing it on a daily basis as his job, than take a chance on somebody that could be faking, photoshopping, that could be gassing their own things up and making it out to something that is not.
Before we get into it, I want to ask you one more question as well. I want you to tell us how long you worked with me and how much you received in payouts in total from trading.
So funny enough, my first 3 months were my biggest months ever with Mark, because he kept everything so simple and he kept it strict. He kept me on my stuff, and I remember the day vividly that I was slacking and he kept me accountable, which you don't find that in a lot of people. You don't find somebody texting you at 11 p.m. at night and for them it's midnight, and him being a trader, he's got to be up early anyways as is. So he was up that late trying to get me through certain things and keep me accountable. I was slacking on work he was giving me. I was slacking on homework here and there that he would assign me, and he told me to pick my things up and put my nose in the books and get it done. And within those 3 months, I had received $33,000 in payouts. In 3 months, I received $33,000, and my return on the mentorship that I paid for is beyond tenfold. It was beyond tenfold. And ever since then, I've been able to do things on my own. And since leaving his mentorship, I've been able to stick to the basics of what he's been able to teach me. And I've been consistently making 5 figures a month ever since I've left. And it's been nearly 5 months, 6 months.
And what were the problems that made you interested to get into trading before we started?
My life was very inconsistent. I had a lot of personal problems myself, a lot with family that required just money in general. So it's not necessarily that I was desperate, because I did have a job, but it was that I valued my time more than I did a dollar bill. So I wanted more time to be able to spend either with my family and be able to pay off those debts, to be able to pay off some of those bills and be able to help when it was needed, to be able to quit my job and do this full time so I can be there for my family and make my life consistent. Everything was inconsistent, from the time I was waking up to the time I was going to bed. Me telling myself I would be up for market open or pre-market and not doing it, I couldn't hold myself accountable until I found somebody that was able to help me. You can say you held my hand throughout the whole way, but that's not how I see it. I see it as if you were my coach and you were keeping me disciplined and accountable.
And how are those challenges affecting you during that time in your life?
It was rough. It was for sure rough. I don't want to spiral and get too deep into it, but a lot of things were going on with my dad. It was affecting me mentally. And as cliche as it sounds, like, trading was really an escape. I had 2 things in my life that I know I can go far in, and one of those was the gym and the other was trading. I knew that the amount of work that I give on the charts, the amount of work that I give because of you, is going to show itself in my P&L, will show itself in that wire transfer. It will show itself.
And what were those payouts that you were able to do for yourself, maybe for your family? You don't have to get too deep into it. I know we spoke about it before.
I was able to pay for some of the prescription. I was able to, like I said, I don't want to spiral and get too crazy, but I was paying for prescription and I was able to pay off certain debts. I was able to pay on my car, things like that. I was so stressed about on a day-to-day basis that I think played a role in my life that made me so inconsistent because I was so stressed about what the next thing was going to be. What was the next payment that was due? And now with what's going on right now, I don't have to worry about the next day.
And just to go back to the question that I asked before, I asked you, why did you choose to work with me besides other people? You said it was something because you knew me before or whatever through a group chat. And I
Right.
want to know what specific part of that process when we were working together, what was the biggest impact that I helped you with, whether it was being one-on-one or going over certain stuff mentally or physically, whatever in life, whatever it is.
It was two things for sure. It was the fact that you were always available, not just for me, but for other clients as well. And if you weren't available, we would always find time to go over material. If I was stuck on something, we were not getting out of that call until I understood it, or we were not going into the next class without me understanding what we went over the class before. We would always do a debriefing. That helped the most. And like I said before, man, it's like consistency. I have finally found consistency in my life. It just sounds stupid, but I can wake up at the same time every single day and I can go to bed and hold myself accountable now because of the mentorship. And it's cliche, I know. It's crazy when you have somebody that believes in you as much as you believe in yourself.
I love those answers, Rodi. And how was the overall experience? What would you say? How was the overall experience?
It was great. I don't think I would ever go back and choose somebody else. Had I had done certain things differently from my end, slacking the first 2 months, yes, I would have absolutely changed that. But from perspective and rating you as a coach, I can't give you anything other than a 10. You were there 24/7, whether it was at 2 a.m. If you were up, you were there to help. There wasn't a time and day where you didn't want to get shit done. And I apologize for cursing, but that's how it was, bro. We were getting that stuff done.
What tangible results did you receive after working with me? It could be anything about whether it's life or money or whatever it is.
For the first time in my life, I've been able to leave this state and go on a trip on my own. And it wasn't just like a light trip. I went to Puerto Rico, and while I was in Puerto Rico, I was trading on my phone, and I had received a payout on the beach, and it felt surreal. It was a feeling that I've been chasing my entire life. It really does give you that feeling of freedom. Like, not that you've made it, but like it's that close. It's that much closer, and that you just can keep going, and you will get there.
How did that make you feel? You knowing that you can achieve whatever you want to and put whatever you want to put your mind to. How did that change your life?
In the beginning, it takes motivation, but as you move forward, it takes discipline. But when you see results, there's nothing more motivating than results. And I know you don't like talking about money, man, but it's like seeing the money going from your funded account or your live account into your bank account is more motivating than anything else, because that shows you results. It shows that you're disciplined and that the structure of your life is paying off.
All right, Rodi. I appreciate your time. It was a really good call. I hope everything is going well. You always have my number. You can keep in touch, call me, whatever. If you have anything else to say to anybody else?
You're this close. Just keep going.
I agree. All right. Appreciate you, Rodi. And
Yes, sir.
I'll see you guys.
Hey, what is good, guys? If you guys are really serious about transforming the way you trade and turning into a consistent trader just like Rodi did, making $20,000 within 3 months, click the link in the description and shoot me a DM and we can see if you're a good fit for the program. Let's make your story the next $20,000 success, or maybe you can even shoot for higher. So if you guys are interested, just shoot me the word candle and we can see if you're a good fit. I appreciate you guys for watching.